The S&P just turned negative, too. You know, the fact is we are having a very rough ability overall for any investor on how to gauge where the markets are going. So how is it that my next guest is managing to nearly triple what the S&P has done year to date? Let me introduce you to Josh Duitz. Josh is at Alpine Funds, and your portfolio, it's unbelievable. Your global infrastructure fund is up about 10% year to date, with the S&P up 4%. Explain to people what you're doing at a time when the Dow is either down 400 on Friday, up a couple hundred points on Monday. You know what we did yesterday, and now look at this.
So we look for companies that are defensive, have great cash flows, and infrastructure really is the core of an economy. It's how an economy grows. We need to build more infrastructure, and we truly believe we're all in the early innings of the infrastructure build globally. And it's one thing that could stimulate the economy. The central bank policy for 9 years since the Lehman crisis has not worked. We've not produced the growth. So we believe the fiscal stimulus is the next, and fiscal policy is the next step with a focus on infrastructure.
So your belief is that not just the U.S., which already went in with an $830 million, quote, infrastructure play that didn't really get there. You think that maybe that might come with the next president, real infrastructure, and that's how you're building this portfolio?
That's part of the portfolio, without a doubt. It's a one thing both the Democrats and Republicans agree on. It's a one thing both candidates agree on, and they've talked about spending on infrastructure. We think it's a place to be, and like I said, it's the early innings.
Well, it is the place to be, because three names that you're invested in heavily, and we can put these up on the screen, are making you guys a lot of money, and they also have great dividends.
Yes.
Ferrovial is a Spanish company. They operate toll roads in the U.S., and you say they're going to be negotiating with the Denver airport. Yes. American Tower is another name, and Veolia, all with big dividends.
Veolia has a 3.5% dividend, as well as Ferrovial. AMT has a 2%, and they're all growing their free cash flow, which we love.
And then when you look at a day like this, we had been up 96, now we're down 48. What's that about?
I think it's partly jitters over the election, as well as really seeing the economy slow down, and the realization that central bank policy has not worked, and we need fiscal policy, and that will lead to infrastructure.
The election really affects the stock market.
I do. I think there's uncertainty around it. Investors don't like uncertainty.
Does Wall Street, we always hear that, does Wall Street like one candidate over another?
I think
Not you, I'm just saying
I think
generally.
It depends on the sector. I think it depends on the sector. Certainly the healthcare sector, I think, would be negative if Hillary won. Defense might be positive if Trump wins, and I think infrastructure will be positive no matter which candidate wins.
That is an excellent point. It's great to have you, Josh.